Potholes like this one, which only measure about 4 inches deep, can still do significant damage to your car. So how do field crops affect fruit roll-ups? Corn and soybean oils are used in almost everything you find on food shelves, so lower crop yields means sticker shock for you. Many Oskaloosa store owners hope you hang up the hose, skip Des Moines, and shop local. As the Keokuk County Sheriff and 2 deputies approach Creer's home, police say Creer began shooting, taking Deputy Eric Stein's life. After nearly 4 years of business, the Samaritan Inn is closing, and during one of the coldest and snowiest weeks of the year, residents at the local faith-based homeless mission were forced to move out. The properties, located on High Avenue West, were seized from manager Joyce Wheeler and now belong to a Nebraska real estate investment company that bought them on a tax sale.
I don't feel obligated to everybody here, but they're not just people who live here, they're my friends too. And they have nowhere to go.
Consider Lisa McCoy the lucky one. After living at the Samaritan Inn for nearly a year, she and her husband finally saved enough money to get their own apartment, but they're forced to move earlier than planned.
It would have been nice to have, for everybody else here, to have a little more notice to make arrangements.
Something she believes could have been possible, but Samaritan Inn manager Joyce Wheeler says that's not true.
All of this kind of just happened very quickly, and much quicker than I thought that it would.
Wheeler told residents Monday morning the inn was closing and they had to be out Friday.
She's known for a long time this is coming. She tells us she didn't know, but she knew. You can't not have known this is coming when you didn't pay or anything.
Records from the Mahaska County Treasurer's Office show Wheeler never paid property taxes at the inn while it was in her name, from 2006 to 2010. Records from the Mahaska County Sheriff's Office show Wheeler was served last October, given 30 days to vacate the property. More records from the Sheriff's Office show Wheeler was served again January 24th.
It's really tough on everybody because there's a lot of people that they don't have an income, and this is the only place they had, and that's why they're here.
No income and not enough time to find a home.
She knows we don't have anything.
Residents also say Wheeler isn't letting them take furniture or clothes donated to them from the community.
People in this town have just had the wool pulled over their eyes.
I sat down with Wheeler Tuesday morning.
So most of the furniture in here, you haven't decided yet what to do with?
No, and there's quite a bit of it that's pretty used. Anything that is worth keeping, I want to be able to keep.
Sure.
But we found close to $3,000 worth of the inn's furniture for sale on Craigslist. Notice the timestamp on the photos, 2 days before Wheeler said she knew the residents were going to be evicted. After this interview, we asked Wheeler about the items for sale. She said she would use the money for existing utility bills from the inn.
If the income wasn't enough and everything wasn't enough to keep it running, did you feel like you knew it would happen sometime?
Not necessarily. People could be critical, but there were people that didn't think I would be open a month or two. And 3 3/4 years is a long time.
Still, residents wish they had more time to find a home.
They have nowhere to go.
As of Friday morning, all of the residents were given an option for temporary housing through the Mahaska County Homelessness Coalition. If you would like to make a donation specifically.
CBS 2's Molly Thorvalson is there live. Molly?
Well, Megan, if you take a look at this property, you can see that all that is left of this home is the remains, a little bit of some framing, and other than that, mostly just charred pieces scattered everywhere. Right now, the firefighters are mostly just smothering out these really, really hot pieces, some hot coals. They're still smoking a little bit. They're spraying water on them and just trying to smother those out. Firefighters say that when they arrived to this house, flames were shooting out of the house from all sides. So then what they did is they took on defense mode. They're trying to contain the fire just to this property, which it seems as though they have been mostly successful in doing so. Firefighters say that this is in fact a flood-affected home with a yellow placard. However, they don't believe that any repairs had been made. And while the cause of the fire is still under investigation, firefighters say that this is just the beginning of the busiest months when it comes to fighting fires. Greg Bulow says that that information should be a friendly reminder to get your furnace checked before this winter. Also make sure that you unplug any appliances like space heaters before you leave your home. Now back to this, there are no reported injuries here on this fire. as far as we know, but as you can tell, the structure looks like it is a total loss. Stay with your breaking news source, KGAN. Live in Cedar Rapids, Molly Thorvalson, CBS 2 News. Economic experts say 2011 is a year for recovery. But in the grocery store,
prices are going up and the packaging is getting smaller.
Prime example, fruit roll-ups yesterday went down an ounce in size but up 10 cents in cost.
local ag specialist Bob Wells says that can be attributed to extremely low crop yields in 2010.
It all comes back to the fact of, did we raise enough corn? Did we raise enough soybeans to meet demand? And the answer to that question is, in the last year, we didn't.
So how do field crops affect fruit roll-ups? Corn and soybean oils are used in almost everything you find on food shelves, so lower crop yields means sticker shock for you. The United States Department of Agriculture expects food prices to rise between 2% and 3% this year. That's a significant increase from 2010, when consumers were comforted with the smallest increase in nearly 2 decades.
And right now the price is so high on the grains, it's going to cost you twice as much to fatten up a hog or a cow.
But there are ways to keep your belly and your billfold full.
I get just what we need.
Buy stuff when it's on sale and then package it separately, put it in the freezer, and then I can just pop out like one chicken breast or something like that at a time.
A good deal is a good deal, so load up when you can, because we're, all of us are at the mercy of what the prices are going to do.
You can also try the more tedious task of clipping coupons.
My wife clips them, but then I forget them.
For CRI Weekly News, I'm Molly Thorvalson.